Oops.
It looks
There we go.
like they're doing all this stuff right now, and I can't
Doing
even
it.
hear myself talk. And
Doing game two.
doing it, game two.
Here we go. Yeah, guys. Here's some advice for you guys out there. If your internet is inexplicably down for no apparent reason, cut the power to all of your consoles. 'Cause some of them are little shits, like my Wii U.
Little shits indeed. Oh, look, there's no stutter.
Duh. Okay. Anyway, in the top right of the map, we have this time, hopefully, being introduced now in robot form. It is our Green Terran, DaveSprite, who's currently ahead. One game. Very nicely executed game, that one.
Yes. And in the bottom left, his opponent. Gonna try and come back in this one. It is the Orange Protoss Force Field.
Both these players actually not in clans, a thing that is surprisingly uncommon in the people that play in this.
Yeah, definitely, especially people of this skill, at least in Platinum, Diamond. Everybody's got some kind of group they play with. It's motivation. Motivation.
I think when we first started, there wasn't that wasn't all that common, and then like after a while, all those day-night clans appeared, and then it just kind of subsumed the entirety of the player base.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, this is overgrowth. This is a map notorious for playing out in a pretty predictable fashion. But it looks like neither player is doing anything to buck that trend as of right now. And we're going to see a gas from DaveSprite. Is he going the Reaper build? Yep. Okay. There's still a couple other things you could do, but you grab that 12 gas when you are going for Reapers. So it's not too unsurprising if that's what he does.
Yeah, looking pretty standard so far. Force field dropping the pylon and the gateway down there. He knows Reaper's coming. I think these guys play together a lot.
Yeah. For the record, CRQ, the Wii U is sitting immediately to my left. So the reason why I know this thing does stuff behind my back is that it occasionally just pops up with advertisements for new stuff that came out, and I'm like, you're off right now. How did you get that information?
You're a dirty liar.
Are you downloading updates while I'm using you? When I'm not using you? You are, aren't you? No, I'm not. Yeah. The PS4 can be completely turned off. The Wii U doesn't do that. It just goes into standby mode, from what I can tell.
DaveSprite poking in. Hasn't moved forward. Not going to see anything just yet.
That's right, ZRQ. We can confirm that this is not enough. Oh, loses the probe. Doesn't get the SCV. That's not like a big deal, but keeping that SCV alive is kind of convenient. It's easier to get pylons out on the map, as I was trying to say last time. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about what I said last time, because none of you may have heard it. So that's a reasonable possibility.
There you go. Just ignore it, and it never happened.
So yeah, nothing unusual going on. Just the Cybernetics core rolling up. We should see a second gas soon, unless he wants to go for a pretty economically greedy build. In which case, he'll throw down a Nexus and go from there. The only other build where you have one gas is a 4-gate, and that's probably not happening. I'm like looking at the amount of chrono boost he has, and I'm like, no, he's doing something. He's definitely doing something, because if you're macroing, you don't do that. Oh, and there goes the probe out there. I think he wanted to hide tech down here, but now there's the Reaper there.
He's chronoing a stalker, actually.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs it because he's going to start bleeding probes if DaveSprite starts shooting at anything, which he's not even going to bother. He's just going to be a nice, polite, friendly, gentlemanly Reaper who's here to scout. He's not here to cause harm.
Well, he's going to... there's potential to pick this probe off, though.
Okay. I think he wants... Yeah, there it is. So this is the more Nexus-oriented build, though. He was delayed a bit by that Reaper. You can see that he has a ton of extra minerals right now.
It's pretty good, though. He went Gateway first against a Terran. Always, yeah. That's pretty safe build, I'd say. You get a unit out there, kind of run interference for anything too early coming on, especially like a Reaper or something pissing you off early game.
On the upside, on the upper side of the map, not the upside, but the upper side, we have 3 barracks going down, Stim being researched, Marines being created, And a expansion being mined from. So looks like we are moving into the bio mid game, and our Protoss is moving into his mid game.
Yep, and a stalker that's very angry at these bricks.
Dude, those bricks, I hate those guys. They like screw up your micro anytime a green ball comes over and you have to defend against it, and you like click on them by accident instead of running. Instead of running over to that spot, your students just kind of stop or shoot at it, and then one of them dies, and you're like, lapdogs, all of you.
Lapdogs. Reaper coming in for another scout.
I don't think he's getting out of this one though.
Probably not.
Oh, force fielded in.
Force fielded by force field.
FF by FF. FFFF.
Force field. A pretty standard, pretty passive play here so far by both players. We got a Robo going down. So we're going back into 3-gate Robo. And a Forge. Pretty mimicking last game. This will be a little different map though. Everything's not as far out in the open, I suppose, as the last map. This one's pretty closed. You got ways you can walk in and out of bases, and things string together a little more logically.
Yeah, and lots of ramps, choke points, which is so much fun for force field play. Which
Colossus.
That's going to be an interesting thing, by the way. Going, back to Legacy of the Void, which we were talking about at the beginning. Remember, the Zerg essentially has been given a tool to negate force fields, but the Terran has not.
Yes,
so that's going to mean that the Sentry is going to have a slightly different role depending on the matchup now, which is, I think, kind of pretty cool.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say so. Of course, the Terrans have to go to Thor if they want to crush force fields, but...
Now, Protoss need Archons.
Yes.
And so on and so forth. I mean, you're not going to run your Colossus forward to negate a force field ever.
Not if you
You keep your giant walking family jewels with laser beams in the back.
Walking family jewels.
Well, when someone kicks you in the Colossus, it really hurts.
Yes, it does. It really, really does.
Okay.
No, not the Colossus. Why would you do that?
They're important, man. Protoss can get hit there. Young Protosses are taught from a very young age. You get hit there, you go down. Protect your Colossus. And this is not a good battle for this Marine over here. No, there he goes. Unfortunately,
his friends are going to get revenge for him.
The Zealot gets obliterated. It's like, yeah, I'm badass. Turns around, 16 guns aimed at him. Go. Never mind.
Yep, this little push here is going to be a pain in the butt here for Force Field. He's going to go down and immediately check for this third. Going to pull off a pretty good cancel. Stimming in every building, no building left behind.
Warping in the token warping. They're like, come on, we gotta defend.
That's gonna get worse with Void too.
Oh man, here we go. The thing is, Photon Overcharge is gonna help here. He doesn't get it down. Oh, this could be fatal now. That's so critical to the early defense against these attacks. Now the units are just being obliterated as they warp in. I don't think he's got anything to do. I think he's just dead.
It all evaporated very quickly. He's going to take down this natural with ease. There's no opposition here. Probes are dying.
Yeah. Expansion's going to go down. He's going to try to run this up here, try to make a last stand. He's trying to get an Immoral out, get more gateways up, get something. But, oof. Yeah, okay. He's going for the gases now. I actually think that's a pretty interesting thing if he's doing this intentionally. Just slowing down his ability to get gases if he tries to again. Oh, well, he gave him enough time to get some force fields going, but there isn't anything he can't even kill the remaining Marines up there. Oh. No micro, hashtag. GG, well played.
GG, well played from Force Field.
Well
played indeed.
Game number 2.
Takes game 2 as well. Very well done. Very well done.
Okay. Good. Everything was functioning fine.
Yeah, everything is much better now. How about
we've
from
learned
the stream side here?
whenever I'm going to cast or stream, I should make sure that I turn my powered consoles off because I apparently can't control what they do when they're not active. Who would have known? All F the language.
Good, everything was crystal. I like to hear that.
That is the way it should be. Also, Watt. Watt is on.
What?
I wish I knew what that acronym was for. Enlighten me, DaveSprite. That is DaveSprite, by the way, for those of you in chat who are like, who's this new Banda guy? That's DaveSprite.
Yes. Just in case you didn't know that.
Yes. Now, are we ready to go to the next match, or should we kill time for a couple seconds?
Definitely good here, is what it looks like. Be okay.
Okie dokie. Well, before we move any further, I'd like to thank everybody who's hanging out with us and watching right now, which includes Mr. Cosmos 13, Gerthang, Loopy Loo, 77, Nuke Panda, Ugly Chimp Baby, and ZRQ. KY. VX.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. This is awesome. It's nice having a core group of people that stick around for this stuff. Makes what we do worth it.
Indeedy. Now then, let's move on to game number 3 between DaveSprite and ForceField. DaveSprite currently up 2 games. Looking great for our Protoss.
Yep. He's going to have to win 3 games straight in a row to come back from all this stuff.
What do you think of Vonnie Research Station? Have you gotten to play on this map yet?
I've not gotten to play, but I have seen matches on this, and it seems pretty silly.
It's interesting. It's, if you like drops, this is probably your favorite map. All right. At the top of the map here, we have our green Terran player currently sitting pretty in this matchup. We have DaveSprite.
The bottom center of the map spawning as his opponent, the orange Protoss player. It is ForceField.
So, yeah, still okay. Well, I have to wait a second here to see what they do with their first. Let's see what he does with his first probe. Gonna go insane on his ForceField. Nope. Okay.
No.
Just checking.
Pretty standard. Just wanted to create a choke.
DaveSprite setting up the wall off. And we're pretty much proceeding. It looks like the same as we have so far. We'll see if he ends up throwing in any wrenches, but at least for the Protoss, we will have to wait until Adversary score, most likely for that. Or if he puts down the Forge. Probably not, though. He didn't run a probe out. It would not be reasonable to cannon rush at this point. And there's the barracks at the front of DaveSprite's base. Okay. Looks like we are at least having the same beginning to the match. So, we have a few minutes to kill time here. This will never happen again once Legacy of the Void is out.
Yep.
This will just be like, and he's doing the thing. It'll be ready in 30 seconds. Moving on to the next thing. But,
yep. Little time to kill, yep.
So, random thought. I know we're leaving the world of StarCraft for a second here. We're entering the world of Diablo.
Uh-oh.
Alright, so normal versus hardcore characters, which do you like more?
Hardcore.
Hardcore.
All the way, man. It adds, I think we were talking about this earlier. The way games these days are so easy. You can just load from a checkpoint, you die. AI is made stupid on purpose. The player is made to feel like a god. It just having a hardcore character, it means so much.
Yeah, because I mean you're technically still a god, but if you die, you're dead.
Yes.
So it makes it a lot scarier.
Makes it a lot scarier, and it's cool because they incentivize hardcore characters. You can find things on a hardcore character you can't normally find on a normal character.
This is true.
So why not? I mean, it risk reward.
Yeah. All right then. I mean, it's interesting to me, is that you make the hardcore character, and it is more exciting either way. But it's the real fun thing is to take it and then push it into a high difficulty if you can, because then like the whole experience changes. Normally in the past, if you saw a blue or a gold enemy, you're like, I'm gonna fight these guys. It's gonna be a little bit tough. I'll probably win. And now you have to like read the text at the top of the screen and be like, oh, he has a bullshit combo. Never mind. It's time to run away.
Yep.
And now there's a Reaper in the base, and he's causing problems. He's got one probe already.
He's picking on these gas probes. This is bad. You need gas as a Protoss.
Yeah, and having that interrupted right now means most likely that something is going to be a little late. It's going to be tech.
Ooh, surrounded!
No! Oh, he gets 2 workers at the cost of his life.
Reaper
That Reaper did not want to go that way, though.
Yikes.
And there shouldn't be another one coming for some time here, if he does decide to make one, another one at all.
No, definitely doesn't look like it. Wow. Well done. Good surround. Shut that down pretty early. Now, DaveSprite going back into the bio. As usual, he's got a reactor out. He likes having those extra Marines at the beginning of the game, it seems like.
And yeah, he's basically just moving into his build as quickly as he can here. Now, this time, you have a little bit of interesting setup here. He's got a factory positioned at the bottom part of his base. And I can only imagine you do this so it's a little bit difficult to see. Not to mention it gives you some vision of this particular cliff face. But, it's getting expansion. So I think DaveSprite is doing more or less roughly the same thing. At least his overall game plan is more or less the same. He's got the reactor out first on the barracks. Still waiting to grab stim. And ForceField, though, he's sticking to his playbook. He's grabbing Robo.
Robo versus Terran. It's good stuff. 3-gate Robo. That's pretty good. I mean, you got an Observer. You got an Immortal. Pretty good. You got a Warp Prism. You stay mobile on the map. That kind of stuff. Why not?
Now, the question from here, of course, is whether or not he wants to go into the kind of typical slower-paced game, try to grab your third, build up to a death ball, or if he's actually thinking of a quicker Colossus tech on this map. Can be done either way. DaveSprite is grabbing his starports, and lifting it, dropping it.
Right in the middle.
Widowmine drop. Okay, someone's changing it up. This should be fun. On this map, as I've stated before, drops are very nice. You not only have some airspace around the natural here, where you can just kind of float in, but you've also got airspace behind it and the main, meaning that escape is pretty easy.
Yep, Stalkers don't reach quite that far, unfortunately. I wish
it's a very wide base as well, so locking down all his airspace, very difficult to do. You've got drop point A, you've got drop point B, C, D, E, and then you've got all the areas in the back. It's not such a fun time.
Hard to defend against that, especially, you pull away and you disappear into the fog of war. You just adjust your angle of attack. And
ForceField's going to miss this. He's going to want that Observer at home, too. He is making a second one, though, so he should have at least the ability to pick up on the Widow Mines being there. But, he's sending it out of his base. That's not so good.
Oh, boy.
He's going to wish he had it in a minute.
That's going to get out there, and it's going to see the army coming, but that's not what he wants to look for right now.
Nope, he's just watching the front of his base. This drop's positioning up here, most likely waiting for boost, as well as the attention of the commander, so to speak. And here comes some Marines at the front of the base. He scans at the top, sees ForceFields potential up there. He could run up here, but likely his units would get split in half, and that'd be bad. So there's a drop at the back with a Widow Mine going down. And the Widow Mine, interestingly enough, has not fired upon anything yet. So if ForceField does not realize it is here, when he sends all of his stuff back, it could get real bad for him. Really needs to pick up the stuff and get out of here. An Observer's coming over, and it annihilates the symbols of it. And that's the end of that Widow Mine. Oh, the other one was there too.
Oof.
Killed 4 things. Never mind.
Marines pushing into the base.
15 workers killed by DaveSprite.
15. Pretty brutal there. Ouch. Widow Mine's doing some work.
Ugh, that hurts. Has he grabbed his Observer yet? Oh, that one's still back there. Oh, no! The Widow Mine survived. He didn't notice it. Oh, this is absolutely brutal for our Protoss player right now.
Yeah, it's just going to sit there and pick away probes. Well, he knows it's there. The probes aren't back to mining again. But Marines in the main base now, just wrecking everything.
So basically, ForceField has been shunted back into the one-base era in terms of the number of probes that he has. He can still recover out of this, but he's going to need DaveSprite to screw something up. Either a bunch of supply blocks, just not spend his money, which it looks like that's kind of happening. 1, 2.
1, 2. 1, 2. He's running his army back here.
He knows about it.
He knows it's there. Something's been pinging him on the map every time it goes off, but he doesn't know what.
Does he not have the observer anymore?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Observer's here. Taken care of.
All right. But yeah, he needs him to screw something up pretty consistently here in order to catch up here, or he's going to have to try something insane. But we'll see what it comes down to.
See what happens. I mean, there's infinite possibilities for DaveSprite here. He's going full on into Viking production. He saw that Colossus, and as a Protoss, yeah, right in the Colossus. Lots of Vikings. Pain in the butt to deal with. Stalkers don't kill them quite as fast as you would like to. So you either need storms or something that can take care of those pretty easy.
DaveSprite's getting his production going. Starting the Viking production as well, so he's going to be more or less set for the Colossus. He's got a third command center moving out to take a base, getting his production up as well, and getting that money spent now. So he's looking like he's sitting pretty good. ForceField, on the other hand, is focusing on reproducing everything. He's chrono boosting out probes and just trying to hang on.
Trying to get out of the Stone Age again here. It's rough when you don't have a consistent economy and you're trying to survive mid-game.
No, he's really trying to help his opponent doesn't show up with any catapults. Would be really bad. Being the Stone Age is not so good at this point in Age of Empires.
Yep, you don't want Gandhi showing up and nuking you back into oblivion.
Civilization, man. Never turn your back on Gandhi.
No, Gandhi is scary.
Gandhi only wants peace while you're aiming at him.
Oh man. So income, surprisingly, it's pretty even. I mean, well, not since mules have dropped, but before those mules came into play. Never mind.
Yeah, he's been forcing out probes at a pretty consistent rate here. DaveSprite has not restarted his worker production. He's now supply blocked. That's going to obviously stop in a second here, but it's giving ForceField a little bit of time to catch up on that probe number. The only thing that's not going his way is that his army's a little bit weaker than he would like at this stage of the game.
Yep, you definitely... Whoa!
Especially if you annihilate your own stalkers.
Mutiny! Must have been a traitor there. Traitor in our midst.
Here's a question for you. I'm going to go back to Brood War for a second. Have you played much Brood War? I can't remember.
I didn't get to play a lot of it multiplayer. Most of the time
Did you play campaign, though?
Sort of.
I mean, did you get far enough in the campaign for, like, the Zerg to stick a parasite on one of your units?
Nope.
Oh, it never happened? I was going to ask what you did with them, because, like, half the time, I didn't want to kill them. They're like, I'm like, I know you're giving vision to the enemy team. Here, I'm just going to put you over here. You can watch this location for me. No, that was not the right decision, because it was also watching that location for the enemy. It's not good.
The enemy. Yep. I need to, when I get streaming kicked into high gear here, I'd like to do some personal stream. Maybe not nightly, but, a little bit of a week. I definitely want to go back and do Brood War. I have a copy of both of the original StarCrafts.
Yeah.
I need to sit down and do it. Yeah.
I got to do it, too. I mean, I've actually only ever gotten to... I'm not sure if I've ever beat the last mission of the first StarCraft. I've beaten everything else in that game. I still have to beat Brood War. Brood War is so hard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was for me back then. Nowadays, I could probably do it, but it's like... it was something.
Yeah, I watched you playing it, and not being able to select every single one of your units is kind of painful.
No, yeah, that's not the greatest thing for me to stream either, because I have to click all over the place, so it turns into a really large blur. Well, anyway, here comes the attack. We got a bunch of Vikings moving out down here. They're gonna rip these Colossi to shreds.
Yep, there are only 3 of them here. Those Vikings only have 3 targets.
Oh, man.
There's a drop as well. Probably going to pull the attention away over here at the third base and then drop.
Blink is not done yet either, so he can't focus these... Oh, never mind. They're just going to walk on top of the Stalkers. That works too. He's trying to run his Colossi around as best he can to keep them alive. He's not able to do that. They go down very, very quickly. Well, one of them's still there. And he took out enough of the Vikings, though, that it looks like he was able to kind of thin this army out. Was it going to be enough? It's looking kind of bad here for our Protoss player.
Ooh. Really rough to watch this here. There's a drop here. The natural now, too.
He's hanging on. He's hanging on as hard as he possibly can. Man, I don't know how he gets out of this situation.
This is rough. Yep. Nexus goes down to the third.
And the economy's being gutted in the natural. And I know some of you guys out there might be like, well, if this was a normal show match, we would call bullshit on Omega because he's not like, oh, how could he possibly come back from this? But Omega knows the future.
Omega knows the future.
Or at least he thinks he does. I don't know. Maybe I have the order wrong. It's entirely possible he's about to die. There's GG well played from
GG well played. Uh-oh.
That's it. Is he dead? Is he DEAD?
DEAD. Well then.
Oh.
We have the order wrong.
I don't think we have the order wrong. I think these two little clever kids played 5 games. and thereby screwed with me. Good job, by the way, if that was your plan. But I do have 2 more games of them playing, so we're going to watch them. 3-0 or not.
Oh, man. DaveSprite.
You clever little guy.
Ooh,
all right.
Troll.
Oh, that's okay. Game number 4 looks like it's going to be pretty intense on Secret Spring. Nice job, DaveSprite.
Yeah, sure enough.
I am actually going to recommend that people do that in the future, so they can screw with me further.
Oh man!
But cool thing is we have 5 games to cast, so we have 2 more. Yeah. Bonus hour.
All right, let's take a quick break here. Stream's gonna be up. I'm gonna run down, check on a few things, and I will be right back.
Okay. All right, guys. While I am yapping at you, I'm going to go over into the Skypes, hit the Control N, grab the Mr. Zero, put him in the group, and then I'm going to grab the Mr. Probe. The Probe, where is he? The Probe, there you are. And then I'm going to grab the Mr. Legit, toss him into a group and be like, hey guys! Game. Whoa, don't do that. Game in 40 minutes. I actually use the Japanese keyboard setup, which, interestingly enough, I can't remember which key it is. There's one key on the setup that gives you a yen symbol instead of what's on the keyboard. At least it used to. Maybe they changed it. But their reminder has gone out. Now I get to change the name of the group. Okay. And that will be happening in a little bit. I don't think, DaveSprite, if we cast these last 2 games, that we're going to have time to bring you on. So, I think we're still going to cast them anyway. I mean, we're all here to see some StarCraft, right? At the end of the day. Now here's the part where I open the stream to check if I'm actually being heard. You are. Okay, you are hearing me, because DaveSprite responded. Fantastic. Well, it's okay. We'll get those games casted, and then we will take a short break and come back with the Protoss versus Death Row 3, which, by all accounts, should be a pretty interesting game. Protoss has had a pretty commanding hold of the series so far, but I got some faith that Death Row can make things interesting for us, potentially even come back in this series, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Meanwhile, I gotta say, yeah, DaveSprite, I know you're plat. I know you've never been diamond, but you probably should be there. The way I've seen you play, you don't play like a plat player anymore. You play like the diamond players in the show matches. That's why I pair you with them. Generally. Plus, I mean, the whole league is kind of screwed up right now. It's like there's a really tiny percentage number of people who's actually in Masters. A lot of them got shoved down the diamond. A lot of diamond got shoved down the plat. Now, big loss streak. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. But you were plat at the time of these games. Yeah, lost streaks can do that. I didn't know you could get demoted. I guess they must have reintroduced that because it's been plat on all of these, unless you're saying that you're facing gold opponents now. In which case, I get what you're saying. Get what you're saying. Yeah. His letter just broken. We got demoted. You left the league. Okay. That's a good way of doing it, I guess. I'm going to grab this thing here. Let's see what we're looking like right now. So now, while we're killing time, I'm going to execute one of my favorite pastimes, which is to go onto the BNet forums and look at the general discussion forum for StarCraft 2. I usually do this with Heroes, but it's a similar experience, as you can imagine. So let's see. We've got some. First of all, a fun thing here is we've got some really cool names like Mr. Jazz Hands and Aminami, Ninja Duck Bob, and of course some much more normal sounding names, but there's still some good ones in here. And of course, we have the topics themselves. Are there any fantastic ones? Okay, if Blizzard were an airline. All right, let's see what Aether's talking about here. He's only made one post. If Blizzard were an airline, I'm gonna have a live reading of a forum post. This is never a good idea. That's why we're doing it. Intercom crackling. Good evening, everyone. This is your captain speaking. We, on behalf of Blizzard Air, would like to thank you for flying with our premium service. Refreshments will be served shortly, TM, as soon as the stewards are pleased with the testing that the salt levels of the peanuts is not too high, as we don't want to serve unready peanuts live too early. We also have noted that some of you have mentioned broken seatbelts. We would like to acknowledge that we've heard of this issue, but must receive more data on it, as we believe at the highest level of passengers are able to tie the belts together and avoid buckle altogether, giving them working seatbelts.
I'm sorry, we need more deaths to figure this out.
This is an amazing post. You've got to read this. I'm gonna read the rest of this. I'll continue. Here we go. Paragraph 3. I would also like to address the cabin decay issue presented a year ago. Some passengers have been complaining about paying for first class, but their seats decayed to the second class cabin. On behalf of Blizzard Air, I apologize for the inconvenience this has caused, and I assure you that we are diligently working on fixing this issue, as it is important to most of you. We expect this problem should be fixed by the time you purchase your next ticket at the earliest. Furthermore, we are working to fix the adjacent passenger bug that seems to cause the plane to not take off in completely random events when you are grouped with 2 or more passengers. Until this issue is resolved, we suggest a hotfix to be unloading all of the passengers and reboarding the plane until the plane decides to work correctly. Also, if you had any issues with seat hackers, we strongly encourage you to fill out a complaint form on an appropriate pad and drop it off in the receptacle by the door as you exit the plane. We assure you that this is not a trash receptacle, and we go over every complaint form carefully. Again, we would like to thank you for choosing Blizzard Air, and we sincerely hope you enjoy your flight for the remainder of the season.
Did you notice too that that was that guy's very first post on the forum?
Yes! This is the only post he's ever made. Quite a first-time post you got there. There's Uncraft. 30 minutes ago. Yeah, for all we know, this is like his Smurf account.
Probably, yeah, Smurf on the forum. Her.
I know, right? That is like gold right there. It should be framed on a wall. That was really nicely done. I recommend unloading all of the passengers and reboarding them onto the plane until the plane takes off. It's so good.
It sounds like these issues we've been having since forever.
Yes, he was like, if Blizzard was an airline, was the name of that post. Once again. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started here on Secret Spring.
Alright, that sounds good. So this is game 1 of who knows. One of One of one.
This is bonus game 1. The series is technically over. DaveSprite won 3-0, but that's okay. We got more games to cast because they're sneaky like that. And didn't tell me that they did this.
DaveSprite is sneaky like that.
No,
for all we know.
They both agreed to continue
Oh,
playing.
they did?
Yeah, these are in order. So
I see.
I mean, I could be wrong unless they like shuffled the order and like agreed to do it behind my back. Because this is the order I gave them after helping them choose maps and vetoes. So if they decided to mess with me, that's fine. That's totally okay and probably should be encouraged because this is sort of entertaining. But I mean, so I still like having them in order. I do ask for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In any case, Secret Spring is a map notorious for not being particularly normal. And as we can see here, that ForceField is embracing the abnormality, sending out 2 probes very, very early on, placing his first pylon at the back here. I am so glad this isn't a real game. I
just lifted my CC.
Okay, 2 probes coming up here. He's going with the early 2 probe scout. It's extremely normal and definitely not anything sneaky, which is definitely why DaveSprite is pulling 3 SCVs to deal with it, because it's completely normal. This happens every game.
Yeah, every
game. There's a pylon going down in DaveSprite's face.
There's a barracks over here, not at the ramp, even though the supply depot's lined up. I mean, that's totally normal, though.
Walk up through, mineral walk. Nope. He's fine. He's going to let the pylon has gone up back home in the base. We can see what tech you're going to put down here. It's going to be, cannon rush.
Oh, here we go.
So it is time for the cannon rush. ForceField still has 1 probe hanging out here. Probably should have spaced those 2 things out. For some reason, DaveSprite has he's checking up there. I guess he must have missed the probe walking back in. And there it is. He's going to put down another pylon here in an extremely aggressive forward position, and then probably walk backwards and put a cannon over by this pylon that's already there. Oop.
Oh dear. This is very silly. Yeah, SCV's moving. Barracks
I get
flying.
the impression that ForceField does not do this a ton. That's okay, because it's entertaining. I was like looking back and I'm like, oh, he's got this like idle probe just kind of hanging out next to the forge. But whatever. First cannon goes down. There are 3 SCVs on it. Goes soon to be a 4th. Should be able to stop before it goes up too much farther. But he can just keep with the pylon and the cannon creep, and he'll be fine. Unfortunately, he can't get a second probe in here now, so he's really got to watch this one's health, or it could be pretty bad. Nice backdoor cannon right there. He's going to walk through the middle of the. Really lucky none of them tried to kill him.
Needs more cannons.
Ooh. Probe turns around, murders the SCV. And, I think ForceField is totally fine. He's totally fine.
Yes, DaveSprite is indeed totally fine.
Illuminati! He says ForceField and leaves the game. Okay, so there's their first game, clearly designed to lead me off the trail. Now, this one is a lot longer, so...
Oh, dear.
I'm almost intrigued as to why. I hope that someone didn't just, like, sit in the game after, like, leaving, and then they get, like, a bunch of empty space.
Well played, gentlemen. Well played. I mean, well trolled.
Okay, we've got our next map here. That one went pretty fast, so we're not going to waste any time. Just pop over to the next game.
Sure.
Which is... says you're pending. Ah, there we go. All that stuff about planes taking off was running through my head.
It says you're landing.
So series score at this point, Beastly is 4-0. This is a best of 5. This is bonus game number 2. And this one shouldn't end immediately.
DaveSprite 4-0, raise your daggers.
Alright. Well, anyway, in the bottom left part of the map here on Dead Wing, we have our Green Terran player, DaveSprite, currently playing for fun and giggles, apparently.
Fun and giggles.
Letting him know, I'm in bottom left. No! This is force field. Not happy with this situation.
No! In the top left of the map is our orange Protoss. Force field his opponent. Losing 4 games in a row in this best of 5 so far. He's ready to bring this back, though, guys. He's got this.
You see, this game is clearly for pride. A man beats you down 4 times, you get back up again, because you want to walk away with one nice, solid fist in his face. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm going to be in the hospital for a couple days, but at least he gets a black eye out of it.
Fist in his face.
But yeah, pretty much, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, they played 5 games, even though they technically ended the series 3, which I imagine partly was just because they could, and partly to convince me it was a full best of 5. But you know what? That's fine. I feel okay about that.
Totally okay with this. More StarCraft is never a bad thing. It's like cowbell.
Unless Swarmos. You don't need more. Don't want that. No.
I have a headache, and the only cure is more StarCraft of the non-swarm host variety. The 2 probes heading out again. I wonder what this could be.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's sending him out. He's got him spaced out a little bit. I think he's just trying to make sure he knows exactly where he spawned. This probably is going to be a cannon rush as well. It could be. It is very strange to send 2 probes out if you're doing anything else to scout.
Well, he's good to send those 2 probes because I wouldn't trust DaveSprite either. He's been known to lie.
Well, he didn't lie to us. Not strictly. Oh, okay. So this time, the cheese that ForceField has opted for is the not really cheese, but the extremely aggressive macro play of the hidden Nexi. Now he scouts nothing in the base up here, but he does see a fair amount of probes, so he knows that this probably isn't a cannon rush again because you don't have as many workers if you do that. But
it's a double Ninja Nexus.
Yeah, but he is wondering. He's wondering why you doing this. And anytime, and he's suspicious of it immediately. He's starting to send workers out, checking everywhere to see if he can find something. He's expecting a proxy, I think.
Yep, he notices there's absolutely nothing in this base, and he's smart to think something's wrong here. But he's not checking the right places, unfortunately.
Nope.
So, he's immediately, upon not finding anything, moving up into a CC, he figures it's safe enough. Checking for pylons, all that fun stuff. Yeah, this has to be extremely unnerving.
There's a gateway. And you see a gateway at 19. This is not traditional timing for a gateway. I think this is probably when he starts to suspect this. And yeah, here comes a Reaper checking up in the top right. It's going to be like, oh my.
Oh dear.
This is what you have chosen to do. And DaveSprite's reaction is to build a command center and get his production going.
He's checking the top right as well.
Strictly speaking, this is the hard counter to the Ninja expansion play is to simply play normally and find the expansions. Because you can walk over and kill him and he can't stop you. In theory. There's always the mothership core. Maybe he could warp stuff over there. But he's got to be vulnerable somewhere. And this Reaper's going to have a field day.
He's going to be able to kite these probes all day. Wow, this is brutal to watch, but 3 more Reapers on the way in response to all this.
No. Your thing, he's not trolling you. DaveSprite won 3-0, but they played 2 more games, A, to prevent spoilers, and B, because they could. So these are the 2 additional games, and in them, ForceField decided to do interesting things, like Cannon Rush and Ninja Expand. Now, the thing is, yes, his Ninja Expansion has been discovered. Yes, he is bleeding probes profusely thanks to this one Reaper, which now has 7 kills and has been promoted. A fact that is not common among Reapers. Only happens very, very rarely, and only if they have many other friends at the same time. early.
yeah. Oh yeah. He's he's feeling pretty good with his promotion.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man. Field of battle. I'm so strong. I killed all these probes, man. You don't even know.
You don't even know.
He's gonna get back to base, and they're gonna go, what did you kill 10 of again? Probes? Oh, okay. Here you go. Whatever.
Congratulations, you're a sergeant now. Don't worry, you won't survive anywhere.
4 more Reaper buddies, though, coming to join all this, and
Oh, this is going to be awful.
this is gonna shred Mr. ForceFields' economy here.
Those of you who don't know, this is the magic number that one-shots probes. Oh, maybe it doesn't. He didn't actually fire at the same time. No, yes it does.
There
yes
we
it
go.
does. I was correct. Oh, they die so fast. It's okay. What's the plan back over in ForceFields base? It's clearly I have an excellent distraction going on. So we've got this lovely Artosis pylon and a Stargate.
Yeah,
this is the plan.
He's going Stargate.
Plan is being discovered.
DaveSprite's building 6 more Reapers.
Okay, I like this. I like this response from DaveSprite. You can get around the map and harass real easily. The Artosis pylon is going down. The Zealot's running forward and be like, "No, please shoot me instead." Oh, they did. So keep poking away at it, but he won't get the Stalker out. Oh no. The Stargate finishes. So okay, what's ForceField gonna do? I mean, there's gotten Reapers everywhere. He's finally got a. It's finally got a mothership core out somewhere, but it's out in the bottom right-hand corner of the map and is now proceeding up to the top left to help defend the base.
Cannons going down at all these bases now. Running some damage control. These poor probes.
Can't surround Reapers. You just can't. They're like made of butter. Slide away.
They're made of butter. Yep. Butter with guns.
They just melt. They just melt and shoot you from their ooze-like state. They're now running up to the top right, which is currently being harassed by Reapers as well. But it's okay. It's okay. ForceField has hung on, and he's grabbed cannons. With the power of cannons, with the power of Protoss bullshit, he is able to survive. And the thing is, since he's got 4 Nexi now, he can actually reproduce these things not pretty quickly.
Yeah, Reapers aren't as good against buildings as they used to be. But would you get enough of them?
They're on hold position in the most frustrating location, where the cannons don't reach. Okay. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go for the attack, or is he just gonna put another cannon down right behind the mineral line? Force him out a little bit. Nope, he's just gonna mine from the top left side of the mineral patches.
Oh. Yep.
Anyway, in the bottom right we have Carnage. In the top left we also have Carnage.
Not gonna.
Yep.
Wow.
Kills the natural, but it's okay. It's got more bases.
Doesn't matter. Got Nexus.
All right. ForceField has now reached his ultimate plan, which is the attainment of air units. To shoot at things that don't shoot up. This will probably cause a reaction from DaveSprite to create things that shoot up.
Marines. Yep. He could easily reactor all of these barracks and shut ForceFields down.
It's okay. The important part about Void Rays is a surprise. So you get a lot of Void Rays, you show up, and then he's like, build Marines, and you're like, but I have 7. I am fine. Except that I have a feeling DaveSprite's going to get bored of the Reapers before then. Yep, there it is. There's the Marines. Oh, man.
Sure enough. He's got a lot of barracks. He's got pretty much free reign of the map here. He doesn't really care.
Look, see, here's what's happened here. ForceField heard you like bases, dog. So he built more bases in your bases, so you could basically base. And DaveSprite did that with Reapers.
Yep, he's moving.
There they go.
Waterfall of jetpacks there. It's gonna immediately pop down this pylon again.
Oh, I just pylon. It's no tasteless, buddy.
Oh, wow.
No Archon pylon. They kill buildings fast if there's enough of them. Look at them go.
Yeah, they definitely do, and +1 is on the way, so it's going to get even worse per Reaper. Nexus going down in the main base. This is absolutely terrible,
madness.
Terrible damage.
This is Sparta. This is cannons. Oh, these Marines did not know what hit them. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
We're gonna have interesting stories about that one.
Going straight for combat shield here, and reactors everywhere. Reactors.
Oh, more Reapers coming out and starting to throw up Stargates now. Will Force Field manage to pull off the comeback of a lifetime against the 4-base Terran with Reapers everywhere?
Yeah, I don't know.
Theoretically, yes.
Theoretically, possibly.
Captain, I don't think that's a reasonable decision. This is not a reasonable analysis of the situation, Captain.
No.
You should probably reconsider.
Yep, probably. Executor,
Sadness.
this is bad. Executor, what are you doing, Executor? This is bad. So we got a Void Ray here. I don't know if it's going to be able to kill all these
Oh
fast
my
enough.
gosh. It doesn't need to. Cannons are good. I mean, they're going to kill off a couple of them, but there's a lot of cannons here. So many dead Reapers.
Oh, that's silly. Static defense.
ForceFields just going to keep throwing them down. He really needs the money for more Void Rays, though.
so
bad trade. It's okay. DaveSprite can...
Value.
Hashtag
value. Oh, man.
DaveSprite for the new mayor of Valuetown. Running up against Trump.
Valuetown, yes. Donald Trump. Can't fire DaveSprite. He's got so much more money, so much more value. Hashtag.
Trump SC, Starka, the Hearthstone player.
Him too.
Yep. As well as Donald Trump, because why not? I think there's just these guys, there's this group of Reapers up here that, like, they've been recently promoted. They're having a party down at Applebee's. They're not paying any attention right now, so they're good to go.
Dude, I totally want that bacon cheeseburger. Give me a beer. Oracle.
These Marines, on the other hand, is why we gotta shoot the rocks. And this SCVs work. And they're just rocks, right?
Shouldn't we be mining these or something?
Come on, we gotta shoot them until they go out of the way. Come on, boss. This is not an efficient use of ammo. Think of all the money that's flying out of our guns right now. What do you mean we have unlimited ammunition? Yeah, well.
Oh, the Reaper's done with their beer and burgers at Applebee's. And they're face-hugging this assimilator.
The dirt is suddenly excited at the mention of Applebee's.
Applebee's, yeah. I get excited too when I hear Applebee's.
I haven't been there in a really long time,
It's
actually.
so good. You need to go back.
Yeah.
Oh, Oracle eats turret. Turret eats Oracle.
Yeah, they had decent steak, as I recall. The last steakhouse I was at, though, was Outback, which is also pretty decent.
Outback's pretty good. Don't go to Brands. Brands
Dude.
is bad.
Next time you go to Outback, though, try that watermelon cooler stuff they have. It's like their own soda. It's essentially maybe like a molecule off of being melon soda from Japan. It's awesome.
Huh, interesting.
So good.
Yes, in fact, Dirk, they do have Applebee's in space. They survived long enough. They carried their bacon cheeses into the future. DaveSprite scanning every single base.
I think he scanned... No? Okay. For a second I thought he scanned the location with the Reapers on it, which would have been amusing. It's okay. Thankfully, Force Field not only has one base, but a pylon and a simulator and a forge. Believe.
Yeah.
Hashtag air toss.
Hashtag air toss. Moving into Tempests. I love Tempests. Tempests are awesome. I like carriers too, but Tempests are just the range on those things, especially if you get an observer out front to spot, their attack range is farther than they can see. Kind of like tanks.
Alright, 2 more Void Rays. Force Field's making the dream team here. It's gotta hang in there just a little bit longer, quote unquote.
A little bit longer. He can do it. The belief is real right now.
Oh, such belief. Hashtag 4th race. Power of hope.
Hashtag 4th race. Hashtag hope. Hashtag hope. Tempest picking away at these bricks. They're going to get a rude awakening when this ball of Marines just runs right under them.
No. Are they good for where we are? Because they're not that good where you are, or thing. They're okay. They're like an average restaurant around here, which is actually saying a decent amount because this part of the country, there's a lot of good food. So, like, our average restaurants are pretty nice.
Yep, they're not bad, actually. I love Applebee's. Yeah, usually the...
But carnage is real.
Ew.
So many Marines died to get us this information. So many.
So many, so many.
Time
Warp.
Dynabros. Oh, one Tempest. A Tempest in a Dream. But it's okay, because DaveSprite's instantly remaxed.
Yeah, no big deal. Instantly remaxed. All
Sir,
the Marines.
wouldn't it make more sense to build siege tanks for this? No. Marines, go.
Go, expendable minions. He's building a heart in the middle of the map. With
any of us might die.
Yes.
Yes.
I like it. Well played, sir. I spotted it. I spotted it. Your little Easter egg. So drops. Drops. Army of Doom. Expansion. I think DaveSprite's got this one in the bag.
Looking like it. Man, he's got to drop that.
He's got it in his Applebee's takeout bag. Car side to go.
And yeah.
Cannons ain't gonna stop.
He drops mules down on him. Then the mules are like, this was a bad decision!
Grab minerals, quick, run! Grab as much as you can from the vault.
There's a single void ray killing off anything it can shoot a laser beam at. Now 2 Marines had enough of that noise and took care of it.
Oh, moving up on in. He's got the scan, checking for cloaked units. There are none. Manor mules everywhere.
Give me your mins. Give me your minerals. I don't have enough vitamin C. And that looks like it's that for our Protoss player.
Yeah, and as such for this best of 5. DaveSprite taking the games 5-0.
Too many knobs are.
That reminds me of that the Backstroke of the West, episode 3.
Easy race.
Easy race hashtag. There we go. Perfect. Terran easy race. We all know this. And ForceFields is busy trying to micro his pylon back home. And to his dismay, it is not going anywhere.
Heart. DP?
He's trying to spell his name out here. He's got enough minerals. Why not?
Oh, that's an A. Yeah, okay, I see it now.
LOL. Right next to it. Command centers everywhere.
Dead Gamai. Hashtag Dead Gamai. Died Gamai. Command centers.
Wow.
Okay.
He's gonna make him destroy these buildings. Why do you map hack? He asks. Why?
Let's speed this up a bit.
Because it makes me feel good about myself.
Oh, RG Omega. Oh, thank you, DaveSprite. Oh, look at that.
Well played.
Okay, guys.
Well played there.
Oh, that was day 9? Oh, okay. D9. Yeah, okay. My bad, DaveSprite. Don't worry, everyone knows though. It's all good. Okay, so that gives us about 10 minutes before we have to move on to our next match. So we're going to take a short break here, and then we will pop back with the Protoss versus Death Row.
Pretty quick break here. We're going to run a little bit of... Oh, we can't run music, can we? None of my stuff is Twitch approved. Okay, so perfect silence.
Yeah, we'll be back in a bit.
Cool. Okay. So stream audio is muted for now. Don't bother shutting it down. Well, that was fun. Yep. It's like, we're talking about nothing here. Let's keep talking about nothing, guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just GG, I gotta play. Yep. Eh. Yeah, he mentioned he he uh yeah, he was he was he was